These lights really got me doing like a Michael Jackson thing. No offense to Michael Jackson. I love him, but I'm looking real pasty. I am darker than this. I mean, I know I'm fading because it's the winter and I haven't had any sunlight, but y'all, I got a little bit more color to me than this. But I tried to turn the lights down somewhat because I was really coming out ghostly for a moment there. Let's jump into the video. Hey guys, this is Ashley. Welcome on back to my channel. So in my mind, if everything goes right, this should be Christmas Eve. So happy Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve. Yeah, you know, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to any other holiday that you celebrate. So I am really excited because I have the Glaminatrix Silent Night palette. And Glaminatrix is a brand that I fell in love with this year. So this is my second palette by them. And when I saw that they were releasing this, I was like, yes. And this is what it looks like right here. So we're going to create some looks. It's a beautiful 8-pan palette, and it is quite different from most holiday palettes that you would usually see on the market. But I feel like, you know, the phrases that they chose definitely go along with it. But before I get started, let me go ahead and introduce myself. If you are new to this channel, welcome. And if you're oldie but goodie, welcome on back. My name is Ashley. I love makeup. I have a doctorate in pharmacy, so that's how you get Dr. Ash, and her makeup and eyeshadow truly is my jam. But please just call me Ash or Ashley. So like I mentioned before, I have the Silent Night palette by Glaminatrix. And last year I tried, you know, I have another Christmas palette, and it's by Give Me Glow. It's the Christmas morning palette. Everybody loves it. And she and I, we don't see eye to eye. I don't like it. And I've tried it a couple times. And so I'm hoping this one does not fail me, because I do actually like this formula. I just feel like the Give Me Glow formula is very tricky for me, and we just don't agree. At least that palette, the Summer Vibes and I, we do better, but neither here or there. Let's jump into this baby right here. So this baby was actually a pre-order, and there are some palettes left. So if you are interested in this color story, Glaminatrix is an indie brand company that is out of Australia. So, you know, it does take a little bit of time to get here. But like I said, I fell in love with their You Beauty palette this year. And like their shimmers, their mattes, the color stories are very interesting, very beautiful. Things that are just like keeping me interested in eyeshadow. And then they have some fabulous duochromes. I mean, do you see? Do you see? Eek. I mean, that's beautiful. It's just shade Baubles. So this palette actually retails for $42 and 20 something cents in terms of American dollars. Now, I did the pre-order for it about a month and a half ago, and like I said, they do, I believe, still have some palettes left. The shipping time wasn't that bad because, like I said, it was a pre-order, so she had to assemble the palettes and all of that good stuff, and it actually shipped out pretty quickly from, I want to say maybe like 3 weeks time, 3 or 4 weeks time. It got to the States pretty quickly, but because of the supply chain and the backlog, it sat at LAX for like a week and a half, probably maybe 2 weeks, waiting to clear international customs and everything. And then once it got to me, once it went through the clearance for international, it just went on to the post office, and I actually didn't get any more tracking updates from the post office. It just arrived on my doorstep. So I was like, all right, because I was just like, I'm like, okay, it's with the post office, like, you know, is it in whatever city? Yeah, none of that just showed up. So there we are. So we do have 4 mattes in this particular palette, and then we also have 3 actual shimmers, and then we have 1 press multi-chrome. So the palette is magnetized. You can mix and match. They're not glued in. You can just take a magnet. I have yet to do that, but I feel like I want to do that with a couple other palettes that I'm ready to clutter, but I want to keep the shade. I don't know if that's going to work for those particular palettes, but that's neither here or there. So you can mix and match in these palettes. And one eyeshadow is about 1.5 to 2 grams of product. So we have a nice amount of product here. I like the size. I like the front of it. It's mysterious. It kind of has like the channel vibes. I think I was actually drawn to the inspiration for like my little opener right now for my channel by this artwork once I saw it, because it's just like, ooh, it's Christmas, but it's a little smoky, it's a little mysterious, it's just a different play. So I love Christmas decorations. And then it actually comes with a unicarton. So this is the unicarton. It's just nothing fancy. Right here it says Glaminatrix Cosmetics. And it has like the little ornaments are raised, so that is a cute aspect, and it's the same way on the palette. And then the ingredients, actually you can find them on the website because they are not actually on the palette itself, but some of the main standout ingredients are the calcium aluminum borsilicate, talc, mica starch. And it looks like the Glaminatrix tends to be are they cruelty free? Let's see. Okay, so yes, Glaminatrix Cosmetics actually does say that they are high quality, vegan, and cruelty free cosmetics across the brand. So if you're interested in that. So I'm really excited to play with this. I think, I'm trying to see, are we doing 3? Are we doing 2? I do have to go to work today. I'm thinking. Okay, okay, we'll figure it out in just a second. Y'all see in just a moment how many looks we get. All right, let's go ahead and get started and bring it closer. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I got my eyebrows filled in using my Goof Proof pencil, shade 3.75. As always, I'm going to go in with my favorite eyeshadow primer, which is the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Caffeine. I love this primer because my shadows last all day. They don't move, they don't budge, and the look looks pretty fresh after 10 to 12 hours, unless, you know, my eyes decide to just do something bogus like water or anything like that. I really love this primer. And yeah, so this is the shade Caffeine. I just don't like that I usually have to order this particular shade from Urban Decay directly, but I know a lot of people like the shade Sin, which you can get at Sephora Ulta really easily.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand, you and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas.
Oh my gosh, this shimmer, do you? This is gorgeous. And I didn't even wet it. Oh my gosh.
Now this Christmas, we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance. Come on. We're gonna dance, have a good time, dance, all night long. We're gonna dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends quench without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do.
All right, I'm back. I put my face makeup on, so I'm very happy about how these looks look. But I want to go ahead and add more of that fairy lights shade. Yeah, fairy lights, which is this one, to the inner corner and up in there. And I'm just going to take a smaller brush so I can have more control over the shade. And I'm just going to pack it in. Ooh, this shade is blingy.
Here we go. All right. Now this Christmas,
Very pretty.
we're gonna dance. Okay. Come on. We're gonna dance.
Yeah, I just wanted to like extend it up.
All night long, we're gonna dance and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come
And it lays down well because, mind you, I did not wet it. I did not put any glitter primer or anything like that. It's just a regular primer from when I applied the regular eyeshadow primer. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. All right. All right, so I am back now, and these are the first two looks. Really gorgeous, really beautiful. These shimmers are like, they're like butter, baby. Like, they just glide on so effortlessly. You don't have any issue applying them. My face details will be down below. I use my Rare Beauty complexion products and the Gucci bronzer. I also paired it with my Melt blush palette for the terracotta blush, and then popped on the Nude Pat McGrath highlighter. Let's see. Yep, this is the one from the holiday collection. This is Lunar Nude. And for my lip, I went in with my Bite Beauty. This shade is called Glace. Yes. And I really love it. I'm not sure how it really works with this eye. It goes, but yeah. So the eyes were like doing a lot. So I was like, let me just pick a neutral shade. So overall, like, the shimmers are really gorgeous. I do think that, however, like the magenta matte, this plummy matte, it's really pretty, but I do think it's a little hard to work with. I don't want to say it's patchy, but I did struggle with it. I'm not sure if it was caught on my primer here, but it blended out nicely. That's the shade Stocking. It's not bad. It just requires a little work. The formula seems a little dry on that. Gingerbread is cute. It didn't come on as impactful as I thought it was. So that was kind of a good thing. You could just really take your time and build it up. So that you got that nice gradient right here. The shimmers were like, oh my gosh. Like, I don't have on any type of glitter primer, nothing like that. No Pat McGrath intensifiers like I've been using lately. I did not wet the brush. And I didn't get any fallout with this shade. So, the blue shade Soleil, I think it's really pretty. So, let's go ahead and jump into another look. Okay, so since this palette is such a bold palette, I brought in my Supreme Nudes by Artist Couture because it does have some pretty, light mattes in here. And I'm just going to kind of blend out the edges of the green. So I think I'm going to take the shade, maybe I'll take Silhouette. Yeah, I think that would probably be good. And I'm just going to take this on a more pointy blending brush. This is a Morphe 330, M330, so just going to pick up that shade right here. Okay, actually I decided I need a stiffer blending brush, so I'm going to go ahead with this Crease Pro by Soleil G. All right, I am back. This is the final look. Oh my gosh. This shadow is so gorgeous. Is this lash trying to come off? Come on, just stay put for the video. But oh my gosh, one of the prettiest multi-chromes I have in my collection. I was very excited about this shade. So this is the shade right here. It's called Baubles. And it is so gorgeous. That pink, that blue reflect with the gold. It pairs so well, of course, with the green and the blue. And I wonder how it would pair with actually this particular maroon matte, the shade Stockings. But overall, this palette is super gorgeous. Now, I would say that this is probably more of a companion palette in some natures. I think I would kind of bring in some more transition-y shades, just like from maybe any nude palette that you have lying around. So I just wanted to stick basically to the color story of this palette, but I think I would kind of mix and match so you're not just limited. I think like I said, it's an accent palette, but there are some beautiful tones in this palette. The shimmers performance is excellent. Like, they are 10 out of 10. I didn't even have to do any work to really get this down. Just took my time. So I did have just a tiny bit of fallout from this shade, but not much. If I wanted to intensify it and maybe just like right here in the crease area, I could lay down some type of glitter glue just to kind of keep that shade intact for longer periods of time. But you did not have to work hard for this shade at all. You didn't even have to, use your fingers. It picked right on up with the standard brushes that I use for doing my shimmer shadows. Now, for the mattes, the green matte, the blue matte, and the orange matte, I feel like are the best. The shade Stockings, I just felt like it was a little tough to work with. It was a little... it was a tiny bit patchy, but not really, but you could blend it up. I feel like you really had to kind of take your time. I like how the shade Gingerbread is a little bit more muted. It looks very bright, but it's not as intimidating when you get ready to lie it down on your eyes. The green matte, the blue matte were definitely the best, but you do have to kind of take your time with the color placement just to make sure that you're not losing the shadow. So I did kind of have to go back in a couple times. And then I was trying to figure out, like, my brushes were so nastily dirty, and I just hadn't had the time to really clean my brushes. And I cleaned my brush that I laid my primer down with, or blended out so I could get a better application of my primer, which is the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Caffeine. So I used the Cinnamon Secrets, which dries really quickly, but I do feel like it was just a tiny bit of residue in there. So like I could kind of tell that a little bit when I went in with the green, but it still blended out really nicely. Same with the blue. So I'm kind of thinking that some of the streakiness that you were seeing was just from that brush being a tiny bit damp. I cleaned the brushes and then I cleaned off the first two looks so I could kind of get some time for that product to dry down, even though it's a really quick drying product. But when your brushes are super dirty, like your makeup application is just not going to go down as flawless as you want to. So I kind of credit that to it. And it's hard. Like, we are not all perfect. Like, my brushes be dirty. Like, I think about how Mel Thompson would use a fresh, clean brush for every single eyeshadow look. How many? I ain't got that many brushes. That ain't in my budget right now. She was in the makeup game for a long time and had a chance to collect a whole lot of brushes. So, you know, for the practical woman or women who don't want to have a whole lot of brushes, you know, just try to clean them as best as you can in between, you know, spot cleaning. I use the Cinema Secrets, you know, every once in a while, because with the synthetic brushes it's cool, but with the natural hair brushes you do want to be careful like you don't dry out and ruin the integrity of the brushes. Now the Cinema Secrets, they do have a new one that's clear that's only on Sephora online, so you don't get the staining, like that blue staining that the other one provides. But I like to really just go ahead, clean my brushes with black African soap, but it usually takes like a day and a half for them to really dry. But best application is always, you know, clean brushes for sure. You know what I mean? So with all of that being said, I love these shadows. I am just obsessed with this shade. I am literally, this shade, I mean, it's like, it's made me die. I'm in eyeshadow heaven. I'm there. I love it. I'm like, oh my goodness. When can I get this on my eyes again? I think so. Yeah, I'm really thrilled about this palette. I really like this palette. I think it's just a great fun, you know, palette. You get some really gorgeous shades. If you're really into like different types of makeup, color stories, you're looking for some new brands to try, I really highly recommend the Glaminatrix Cosmetics line. They do have single shadows as well. I might pick up a single or two eventually. Maybe not. But I do have their Sandra Rose palette that's coming in January. So I can't wait to try that. That color story seems just amazing as well. But overall, I'm really thrilled about Soleil and I. I think it's just the right size. The packaging is cute. It's giving holiday, but in a different twist. So I do appreciate that. So let me know down below in the comments, have you ever tried this brand? Are you looking forward to trying this brand? And what you think about the eyeshadow looks? This one is definitely number one on the list. And then I would say my second favorite look would be, oh man, it was hard because I really like the first look. This copper shadow is gorgeous. And then the shade with the fairy lights. I don't know. Y'all pick. Okay, so this is number one. This is my favorite look. But you know I'm really partial to greens and blues. And yeah. But I hope you guys have a nice Christmas. A Merry Christmas. Stay safe when you're visiting your family. The Omicron variant is out here and rampant. I'm not going to preach too much, but just stay safe. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you like the video. Give the big thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you know when I come out with another video, which will be very soon. And subscribe to my channel because you know I would love to have you here in my little makeup family. And you already know how we got to end the videos around here. Gotta hit it with the chair dance, chair dance. Hey, chair dance. Chair dance. Hey, jingle bells, Santa's coming. Hey, Santa's coming. That's that Alexander O'Neal sleigh ride. That's my Christmas turn up song. Ooh, y'all gotta listen to it. All right, y'all. Bye.